I am coming up on 6 months since quitting my job. I quit to make room for motherhood and for myself, and I started documenting it and sharing it all here on this channel. Honestly, at first it was more of a journal for myself. I am terrible at journaling, and I knew that this way I would actually do it. I also wanted to share this journey for anyone else out there who is also in the middle of finding themselves again. This is a new beginning for me, and I would love for all of you to be a part of it. So, let me tell you the whole story. I worked at a startup company and I started working there pretty much straight out of college. It definitely required a lot of work. I picked up marketing skills and project management skills, and I really learned how to work with a team and to make connections and to network and how to really create something from nothing. And I'm really grateful for all the skills that I learned while I was there. But if I'm being completely honest, at first I was really excited just because I felt like I was starting what could have been a career, but that was pretty short lived. And this maybe sounds harsh, but I woke up like dreading work. I wasn't excited about it. And I think that there is this kind of exhaustion that comes from giving so much of yourself to something that really doesn't light you up and that you're not excited about. It's it's so much more than just being tired. It's like kind of soul sucking. It's feeling drained day by day on a much deeper level. I don't mean to say that I had like a bad work environment because I actually had a really good work environment, but it wasn't for me. I stayed there for like 6 years, which that's a really long time. Like really long. I say that out loud and I'm like, did I really stay for that long? Why did I do that? But it helped pay the bills and you gotta make that money. Gotta make that dough. And there were some really great perks that made it harder to leave. After COVID, we started working fully remote. And with that, there was so much freedom. We were able to create our own schedules and kind of work on our own time. We didn't have to work a certain amount of hours. Like once we finished our work, we could just be done, which definitely made it hard to leave because where else was I going to find a job like that? But on the flip side, for me personally, I am a perfectionist and I am a hard worker. I did not set up healthy boundaries. I cared a lot and I gave a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of myself into my work, and I excelled. I put out good work and it was noticed, and I was promoted and all of it was recognized. But at the end of the day, I was so drained and I was giving so much to something that I didn't even feel passionate about. Like, I cared about the people that I worked with, but I didn't really care about what I was doing. And I think that something that can come with being remote is just feeling isolated. It can feel really lonely day to day. Before I had my daughter, all of it was totally manageable. And I think that's because I had all these margins throughout the day where I could kind of refuel. I could finish work and go out and be with friends or give myself my me time or just hang out with my husband. And because I had the freedom in the rest of my day, it was enough. But once you got here, everything shifted. I no longer had those margins in my day, and suddenly I was home, isolated, doing all this work and splitting my time and energy between work and taking care of my baby. And honestly, I felt so guilty, especially as she's gotten older and has needed more attention throughout the day. It just felt like I was giving her a fraction of my time and energy, and it just felt like there was so little time for the things that really mattered to me. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, I started to lose my sense of self. I think that for me, my work had been so misaligned for years already, but having my daughter come into my life, that misalignment became so crystal clear and I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I quit. And why is there something so satisfying about quitting a job and being like, I'm done? It really felt like I was taking the reins back and taking control over my life again. What am I doing now? Well, I am a full time stay at home mom. My daughter is my built in best friend, and I absolutely love it. Some days are slow and we're just at the park or at home, and some days are super busy and we're going lots of places and meeting up with friends. I love all of it, the quiet days, the busy days, all the in between. I love being a mom and spending my time with her. I just love my little family. I have also had time to build community and really give more to my friendships. I like to think of it as like planting all these seeds and really giving the time and effort to take care of them. And can I just say, motherhood is clearly not meant to be done alone. Like, you know, that saying about how it takes a village? It takes a village. Like, they weren't kidding. I think I would go insane if I were like a single parent with no one else around. I mean, listen, I love talking to my daughter, but we're in like, you know, 3 word sentences. I need my adult time too. I need my conversations and I really need my friendships. And um, beyond that, there's like, I don't know, just talking to others about the experiences you're going through while parenting and getting advice and laughing together and like the funny stories and all the times where you feel like you're a crappy parent and like sharing that with them. And so for me, really having more time to give to those relationships has it just makes everything feel right. Like life feels way more full. I feel more fulfilled. I feel more like a sane person. For myself, I've had time to read the books that I want to read, to just bake on a random afternoon, or some days I just take a nap when my baby is taking a nap. I call her a baby, really, she's like a toddler now. But to be able to nap with zero guilt is such a gift. Thank goodness. And with all of this, I have been able to carve out time for dance, like to really dance. Dance has been a huge part of my life since growing up. And I don't really know how to describe what dance means to me. It lights me up and I have always been so drawn to it. It just feels right in my soul to be dancing. I grew up doing ballet and I danced all through college. I think I stopped partially just because I felt like it was the adult thing to do and I felt like I needed to start a career. And it's funny to look back and think I was doing exactly what I loved and what I really wanted to do in college, and I let that go for adulthood. And now I'm here, fully an adult and a mom, and I'm dancing again. 6 years went by like that. I can't snap my finger. And then I had my daughter, and I went through postpartum and the really slow process of healing and finding my footing again. And something about that season made me realize how much I had set down and how much I had quietly let go of. Starting to dance again after 6 years, after having a baby and going through postpartum, all of that is what made me really want to start documenting all of this. This year, I've been taking Chinese classical dance classes, and I have loved all of it. Every single piece of what I've been doing, from technique to basic breath work to learning these more complicated pieces. It has been challenging and so fun. Watching it all as I edit and piece things together has kind of been like this out of body experience for me. Kind of mm, euphoric, honestly, to not just feel what it feels like to be dancing in my body again, but to really watch myself go through the process of learning and growing and progressing after having a baby and going through all the changes to your body that come with that. I am like proud of myself. And not to say that I am a perfect dancer because I'm so not a perfect dancer. Like, there's so many things that I lost and so many things that I am relearning and many, many, many things that I still need to learn. Dancing is so much more than just the act of dancing. It's an extension of myself, a way for me to process emotions and to really feel alive in my body. It feels so good to move. It feels so good. Dancing is just so human, and I genuinely hope that everyone in this world gets to feel what it feels like to move the body like that. Being Chinese and doing Chinese dance has helped me feel so connected to my roots and my heritage. It sounds cheesy, but it's felt really profound for me. And I feel like I'm just at the starting point of it all. There are so many styles and forms that I want to learn. Even outside of Chinese dance, there are so many beautiful ways of dancing that I haven't even touched yet. And I hope that I get to one day. I'm just getting started. I wanted to share all of this dance, my whole journey after being a mom and quitting my job, because I have a feeling that I'm not the only one going through something like this in the middle of finding themselves again. Now, I want to be real with you because I don't have everything figured out. My husband and I are in the beginning of our 30s, and we live at my parents' house, which I never imagined. But the economy is crazy, and housing is so crazy high right now. And we're here at my parents with our baby. Some days I wonder if I made the right call and not contributing financially. It it definitely weighs on me, and sometimes I feel really bad that I'm not contributing in that way. Then I look at my daughter and I just think these years are just so fleeting and I want to be here for all of it, and I really want to raise her like I am now. I am just grateful that I get to spend all this time with her and that my husband has a stable job that supports us as we need. I also know that creating space for myself and giving myself time to do the things that I love has helped create a better version of myself, one that's more present and just happier. Maybe more importantly, I just feel more at peace with myself. And all of that matters too. A part of that space has been this channel, which in so many ways I have no idea what I'm doing. There are still so many things I'm figuring out, like even talking to the camera or like setting the camera up in like my dance class, and I'm like, I'm sorry everyone, I'm recording all of this. Like, I feel so awkward about it. It's all an adjustment that I'm still getting used to, if you can't tell. But it's opened something in me that I wasn't expecting. Creating, envisioning, sharing, even though my audience is small, it feels like I'm opening myself up to the world and really letting myself be seen. And it's brought all these dreams and ideas that have been living buried in the back of my head to the forefront in ways I didn't anticipate. But for the first time in a long time, I feel like I'm spending energy on the things that I deeply care about. I feel like I'm living more vividly than I was before. I feel so much more alive in my own body than when I was giving so much of myself to work that I just wasn't passionate about. And I think that all of that is what really gives life meaning. At the end of the day, I'm just a girl who loves to dance and a mom who loves motherhood. And in the middle of it all, I'm finding myself again. A part of me starting this channel is me starting over in some ways and just figuring it out as I go. So if you're just figuring life out like me, welcome. And all of this is me just documenting the process. I'm sharing bits and pieces of my life on this channel weekly, honestly, just as it comes. And if you want to come along, I'd love that. Subscribe if you haven't. This is just getting started. Thank you for being here. I love you all, and I hope to see you in the next video.